I have to say this because I know our spirit and our emotions get stirred. I'm not against nobody on the panel. I'm with everybody on the panel. I'm not diametrically opposed to anybody on the panel. I agree with everything my brother said about revolutionaryism. So let me ask you guys a few questions. We're in the South. We're in the heart of the South right now. Who fishes? Who knows how to fish? Hands down. Who knows how to hunt? Less hands. Hands down. Who shoots on a regular basis, meaning once or twice weekly? Hands down. Now you see how many hands? Who farms or grows their own food right now? Hands down. You ain't ready to oppose nothing. You are as a part of this system as any white person gentrifying in this city. And you can't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about because I've lived in this neighborhood long enough to know when 2 out of every 5 yards had a garden in the back. I'm old enough to know when the Muslim community was the strongest security force and their own food force in this community. Black people, I love you, and I love you enough to tell you, you ain't ready to revolt shit. You don't feed yourself. You don't hunt your own animals and slaughter them. You don't prepare your own meat. You don't own your own land. You don't have a seed growing in your window. So when you think about revolutionaryism and you think about fighting and dying in the street, you ain't shit if you can't feed your children. You ain't nothing if you can't teach your children to hunt. I've been hearing this revolutionary talk all my life. All my life, I've been seeing leaders get before me and tell me how much of a strong warrior. And how many of you practice a martial art today? Who practices a martial art today? That's what I'm saying. We're not ready to fight. You say fight back, fight the police. The police are trained to shoot. They're trained in martial combat. We're not. What are we going to do? Now, I'm not saying give up. I'm not saying you can't train yourself. But what I'm saying is, if you're not training every week, if you're not shooting every week, if you're not knowing how to grow your own food, arguing with me and arguing with the police ain't going to do nothing.
If you study the economic behavior of black people since emancipation, you will see that our spending behavior is not motivated by needs nor desires. They are motivated by emotions. Black people spend to feel better, and black people spend to outdo other black people. I think Will Smith said it best. Will Smith said black people spend too much money we don't have to impress people we don't even like. You understand? So the reason we have the Mercedes Benz is because I want to make sure my car is more expensive than yours. You see, I didn't need the Mercedes, but everything we buy is based on status. I want to outdo other black people, and I want to feel better about my reality. There was a report that was put out about a year or two ago on black spending habits. And they said black people are unlike any other consumer in America. With other consumers, they buy based on what they need. Black people do not buy based on what they need. You can already have a pair of Jordans. You're going to go get another pair. You see that? If your Timberlands get one scratch, you're going to get another pair of Timberlands. What's wrong with that scratch on your Timberlands? You feel that it lessens your value. See, slavery took our self-worth. And so now we are vicariously replacing it, ironically, with white man-made materials.
Carla, we got you back. You know, there's an article going around that black Americans will have zero wealth by 2053, meaning that we'll have absolutely nothing. Nothing to pass down to our children, nothing to give to anybody, but we'll be the new slaves all over again. How you feel about that? I know how I feel about that. I feel ashamed. But that's neither here nor there. This is due to ignorance and lack of knowledge and lack of wanting to know. But you scammers, y'all piss me off the most. And the reason why is because y'all have got up 30, 40, 50, 60, $100,000 off the government, off of scams. And y'all haven't bought anything but Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and Balenciaga. Come on, man. We gotta do better. Y'all don't want them to railroad us, do you? Do you? Wealth, not income. It's a difference.
This is going to piss a lot of struggling black people off, but I need to say this. as a black man who has came from nothing, from the struggling side, who became into wealth, I have to say I understand why the wealthy, because I always just question, like, why the wealthy black people don't help the black people at the bottom. And as a person of wealth that's black, I kind of understand it now, right? So it's like, if I help you, somebody at the bottom, I give you money, right? Because y'all don't want education, y'all don't want knowledge, y'all don't want to do better. Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm not saying all, it's 1% that actually want to do better out of the 17, out of the actual poverty number. All right, but it's only a 1%. Out of the 17.9, the 1% that actually want to be something in life. The rest of them, I don't think want to be anything. So it's like all they want is handouts. They want things given to them. I give you money. You don't know how to keep money. What you're going to do is what you did exactly with the PPP loans, with the stimulus check. You're going to go shopping. You're going to go buy things. You're going to go on trips. You're going to have crab boils. You're going to do all that stuff. You're going to buy the Gucci. You're going to buy all that stuff. I'm not going to build in the hood where it's real estate development. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to build in the hood because the hood is going to destroy it. Now my money is cooked, right? And then who has to pay to fix it? Me. My corporations and my partners and everything. That doesn't make any sense. Then also, you have the risk of being killed by your own people because they don't want to see you where you at. Then, when you do say something, like, for example, I'm probably going to get a bunch of these comments, and you're like, yo, man, that's not cool, you should be doing that, you should be moving to the next level, you get a mind your business, why are you worried? I had a goofball say to me yesterday, I think he was trolling. If I'm buying a cybersecurity company, which we're finishing that up, why am I worried about people on welfare? So, even when we say, we try to give you guys game and knowledge and everything like that, you get stupid poor people like that say stuff like that. Don't worry about us. Mind your business. You shouldn't be worried about us. All types of stuff like that. Once we give you advice and stuff. So, and I can continue to keep going with this. On why it's a waste of time to help them. It's a waste of time. Go on my videos. You'll see 2 whiteboard videos. I showed 100%, by the way, how you can make a business that do not fail. Didn't offer to sell you anything, no course, nothing like that. I showed how you can make a business that cannot fail. 100% guaranteed success rate and it's recession proof. So while everybody is struggling, everybody's going to be cooked in 2026, by the way. Everybody's going to be cooked. You will be the only one succeeding with people like myself and all of my people that's with me. And the government, by the way. So, and the rich people. So, like, the rich people, the government, and which we work with the government. So, it's like, you get the point. But all of the people who are poor, like this, they won't take the time to learn anything. I have to ask a question. When it comes to the black women that's in the hood, not all, most of them, what other skill set do you have other than shaking ass? I just want to know. I just want to know. Like, skill sets. You're going to be left behind. Again, with this AI thing, our people are going to be left behind. And then y'all going to be blaming systematic oppression and racism. When the choice is yours. And then again, the wealthy, we can't say nothing to y'all. Because y'all don't want to hear anything. I always just questioned that. Like, why don't they help us when I was there? And now as I'm there, I now understand.
Yep. Here we go, y'all. The States of Delusion, Brother Harlem. We got Uncle Roger on the scene.
I'm back.
Yep. We back to do damage, bring some clarity, just do questions and opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I need y'all to do us a favor. We need 100 new subscribers with this work we about to try to put up tonight. The States of the Losing. So subscribe, share, like. Let me beg early. I won't do it the whole night, only when I feel you need it.
Uh-oh.
Okay? But I'm going to open up this flow with you, man.
Mm-hmm. Come on with it.
After watching this introduction, give us your initial thoughts. The flow yours.
All right. On this video right here, the brother was speaking on, do you fish? Do you hunt? Do you grow your own food? Do you shoot? I agree with the fishing, the hunting, and the growing your own food. That's, that's where I come from.
Okay.
And back in the day, that's my roots. The shooting, hey, that could be a part of it in self-defense. All right. If you're using it, think you're going to go up against the government shooting, that's a whole different ball game. All right. The war is not the answer. But the mind is what you got to clear up.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get that mind set, because the enemy, they already a leg up on us. Because that's why we where we are now. And so I smart them. That's just my opinion. That's why I say that mindset. What's that commercial that come on a long time ago? A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to tell you something. If I was in battle mode tonight, you would already go in the ring. But I'm going to hold back because I do respect you did grow up in a different era.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the era, well, one of the things that you understood it to us, self-defense, right? And I would too, and that's pow-powing, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to use the actual word, so we just say pow-pow.
Right.
Okay. But when it comes to pow-powing,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the world is just that vicious. So not being prepared to pow-pow, that would be, sacrificial, man.
Yeah, that would,
because you got to battle what's going on.
Yeah, I agree with that part of it.
Being
ready.
Now, the pow-powing that we do on each other to keep our communities from upgrading, I definitely agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to know how to pow-pow each other.
Right.
Over nothing.
Right.
Over this money that most of us going down the drain with anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So tonight, we really trying to work with the few people who giving us their time. We want to work with y'all and let y'all see, just from my opinions, right? We ain't perfect on nothing we do, but I'm so true to what I believe in. And I believe that we waste a lot of money. And that's how this content arrives tonight, right? Keeping our content real, keeping it from a personal perspective. Meaning, I know I ain't got a lot of nothing, but I got enough of everything I need right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And having big dollar signs is something I would say, hey, why wouldn't I want to have more money? Right? Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I agree.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you this. All right. Most of our problem is people are very materialistic, man. That material stuff.
Yeah, but see, we just did a show on this, though. Now, that's a good way. I understand where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Me and the Babylon, we did a show on this. Is what happened to the revolution? It went from fighting to standing up for hours. Like not today, we consumers. So this black wealth that we done seen on these videos. Some people explaining how much money we collecting. And we're going to go through these videos right here in a minute. But we're just giving y'all our initial, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, to me, my initial going to work like this right here. We do earn a lot of money. We do have to fight harder in certain situations. But we still earn money. Now, where the money going? Why doesn't it show up? Why doesn't it stay in our communities long? These are different questions we hope to find answers through y'all in the comment section. But I will have to agree that we waste a lot of money. And it comes from things outside of just the job or the paycheck, right?
Right.
The waste of money comes from things like, coming from our history, our historic, we legendary in this land. We have not yet been defeated. We always on the run. We always on the fight. We always on the go. But the people that's done been always accused of trying to take us out, they have not yet defeated us. And we're in a safe space right now where we can actually earn a good living, a good wage. So you think about your artists, everything entertainment, from rappers, musicians, movie stars, athletes, you know what I'm saying? Like, the amount of money that people like me done earned, we don't see it. And then we could talk about the money the church done collected.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? The church done collected a lot of money out of Black America, and yet and still, we still feel like we're at the bottom. People come from other places around the globe to be here and do the same thing to us. Take money out of our communities. They own your gas stations, your grocery stores. So in this first clip that I'm about to play again, we're going to do our stop and start part of this right here. But up to now, go ahead, Unc, if you got anything before I get the show rolling. It's yours.
Well, when you talking about, I mentioned the church, that got a lot of money from Black America, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
And I know instances where the church would try to help somebody, but they would lie about what they need help for. And once they get that money, they would use it for something else. And so, I mean, it's just like me. If I go up to, like, it's an example. All
Okay.
right.
Now, now I'm going to tell you something. You in shark-infested waters with this mind of mine, but go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't worried about it.
Go ahead, dog.
Okay. Now, I'm a type of person, I love helping people. I ain't got a whole lot to offer.
Mm-hmm.
But if you need something that, and I have it and it could help you, then you got it. All right. Now, I was going into Burger King. It's been a while back.
Now, this got something to do with what you was about to say about the church helping people. Though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure you ain't lost your...
No, I ain't going.
Okay,
I'm
go ahead,
staying right there. Now, my intention has always been to hurt people. Help people.
There you go.
All right. I thought if the Burger King here, there's a liquor store here, and a convenience store on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled up to the convenience store. A brother come out from standing in front of the liquor store, asked me, "Hey, brother, can you spare some money to buy a brother something to eat?" I tell him, "Okay, as soon as I come out the store, we'll go over here, Burger King, I'll buy you a plate, you sit down and eat." He tells me he would rather have the money.
Mm-hmm.
So what am I supposed to do? Give him the money? Then
What did you do?
I told him, I said,
what did you do? Did you give him the money, let him spend it how he wanted?
nope. What I told him is, I said, nah, I want you to be honest with me, all right? You standing right here in front of the liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
If you were that hungry, you'd be standing over there in front of Burger King. I said, what do you really want the money for? He said, man, I want to buy me something to drink. So I told him right then, I said, now, if you had been honest with me straight from the top, I would have bought you something to drink. But since you come at me like that, I can't help you, brother.
You know what, I ain't gonna lie. I thought I was about to bail you up, man, but I'm not gonna bail you up tonight. You know why? Wow. Because I understand what you meant. The brother should have been honest.
That's right. And that's the same way that's part of the reason why churches don't help people.
Well, let me say this right here, though, before we get any further, because you about to go down the wrong road. I feel it coming, man. You can't help it, babe.
It's coming.
If you would have bought him something from the Burger King, was that even safer than the liquor?
It'll cure his hunger.
I got to go ahead, man. I'm telling y'all. See, this is what I be trying to help my panel go through, right?
Wait, I know where you're going with this. That's not healthy food. I know
Exactly.
where you're going. I know where you're going.
Exactly.
But at the time, you either have something that's not healthy or die from hunger.
The food got just as much sugar as the alcohol.
Yeah, true.
So that's why I'm saying I could have trapped you off, man. I had you down. I had you down right there. But my button ain't working for it. If my button was up and running right now, the ding ding button, you would go in there and you would have to fight your way out of it. Because you on record to the universe saying that, no, I won't buy you no liquor, but I will buy you some Burger King food. Both of them dangerous.
But it's the point that I was making. It's not about the food, really.
Okay, go ahead.
It's the point that I would buy you if you be honest with me, I will help you.
And that's the part I can't argue. I disagree with
Mm-hmm.
you on, right? Show me the proper due respect, brother. You
Right.
ask me for a favor,
Right.
be honest in what you asking for, right?
Right.
Never ask for something you don't need.
Exactly.
That's where you coming
right.
from. No,
Right.
I totally respect you, Unc. You know what I'm saying?
Now-
But y'all know me, man. When I got on red, I get dangerous in these videos. So y'all know I love a good debate.
And y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I love my nephew because of that.
There you go, Unc.
Because that's the only way. Look, that's the only way you're gonna change the mindset.
Mhm.
Sometimes they always say the truth hurts.
That's right.
So if it don't, like they always say, no pain, no gain.
Mm.
That is.
There you go. You dead on it. All right, now I want y'all to. We're gonna watch some of Killer Mike now. Killer Mike, the famous rapper out of the ATL. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of hot joints out there. Killer Mike, the man in the middle with the black T-shirt on. Now I want you to see his emotion. Now Killer Mike has been on tour for a while with the talk of Black America and reparations, fighting for each other, and basically a whole bunch of things. But let's just listen to him in this video, and then we're going to break this one down, and we're going to go through the whole show like that. You ready?
Ready?
All right, y'all. Stay to the illusion. Hit the subscribe button.
I have to say this because I know our spirit and our emotions get stirred. I'm not against nobody on the panel. I'm with everybody on the panel. I'm not diametrically opposed to anybody on the panel.
Now, see, right off the bat, just from this part of this video and this form of the context, rather, he already saying, hey, man, I ain't really up here to disagree with the panel. So that means he already got a feeling of disagreement. Now, the way he dressed versus the way some of the others is in suit and ties, and we know what the suit and tie represent. If y'all don't do your extra homework on it, it's not. It ain't a look or impression what we don't came to believe about wearing a suit and tie, especially the necklace on a man. That's a whole nother story. Maybe we'll get to it. Maybe we won't.
Well, the clothes you can take on and off, so I don't pay.
Yeah, but this representing something though, cause listen what he said from the beginning to this, man.
I have to say this because I know our spirit and our emotions get stirred. I'm not against nobody on the panel.
He tell you, look, I'm not. He to tell you that he's not against nobody on the panel means that he already see opposition in the panel, because everybody on the panel ain't thinking the way he speak. So that's the first thing you got to notice when you watching this kind of work, man. You got to really pay attention to it, though, right? You know what I'm saying? He started off first off. Let me say this, but let me keep rolling.
I'm with everybody on the panel. I'm not diametrically opposed to anybody on the panel. I agree with everything my brother said about revolutionaryism. So let me ask you guys a few questions. We're in the South. We're in the heart of the South right now. Who fishes? Who knows how to fish?
Now, I'm going to be real with you. I do know how to fish. You know how to fish. But we ain't never fished every day just to survive.
No.
We still going grocery shopping, right?
Yeah.
But knowing how to fish is good, but I will be honest with y'all. In the South, a lot of these used to be really public lakes for fishing. You know, they so trashed out. You know, they don't replenish the fish. And then a lot of places we used to could go fishing at is now private property.
Yeah.
So fishing, for you to sustain yourself on fishing, is to have access to the waters, right?
Right.
And you got to know that the water's safe and clean. So the upkeep of it. So I ain't saying he wrong right here, because you know, according to the gospel, you teach a man how to fish instead of feeding him all the time, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
Well, another part of it too, the way I look at it too, is it's not just fishing in the lake and in the water. It's fishing on dry ground also.
Go ahead. Oh,
Hey,
you kicking ass. Go ahead, man.
Hey, like I said earlier, it's that mindset. You get that mindset of surviving. And you might surprise yourself what you can do. Because a lot of times you don't know your own strength until you push into a corner.
That's right. I agree. I definitely agree. Now let's see what Killer Mike got. Let's get a little more of him.
Hands down. Who knows how to hunt? Let's hands down. Who shoot?
I don't know how to hunt. I'm not a wild game either though.
No, me
you know
either.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now I understand if, you know, America turned back to catch your own food. we would be in a bad place. And a lot of us in urban places, well, the type of food you would think, maybe you say, hey, you know what? Let me catch a deal, this wild turkey. But urban developments don't have a lot of wildlife.
Right.
So this is, and see these things, right? And I'm not going against what Killer Mike saying. This is what I'm saying right here. For some of the things he think we need to be doing, we don't have access to the opportunity.
Good point.
Now, but hold on, and you getting it. But the point is, if we don't have access to the opportunity, it's because we do have the money, we just not using it wisely. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure he understand that part. I'm pretty sure somewhere in this assembly that they in right now, like they in a church or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure that he know what I'm speaking on right here.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm just asking the people to listen to it to a point where you do have to hold yourself accountable, but you got to know what you already up against so you can start right there. The moment you learn what you already up against, that's the moment, that's your starting power. But go ahead, the floor yours.
You're right. And I'm going to put it in another way. And if you have a problem with something, until you recognize what the problem is, you can't fix it.
You can't fix it.
So, I mean.
And you spot on right there, Unc. If you don't know what the problem is, you can't fix it.
And that's what we've been going through for years with the Black America.
Mm-hmm.
The blind leading the blind, so to speak.
Yeah, and the replacement of revolution with consumerism, right?
Yeah.
Because now you got black people saying, I'm doing good. They over there struggling. They still in the hood. Mm-hmm. They still in the ghetto. Mm-hmm. I ain't thinking like them. Mm-hmm. Now, we're going to get to a video. I really want to go to them now. Matter of fact, I'm going to do it.
Go ahead.
I want to go. We're going to come back to some of these old. Let me find. This is my brother right here. Let me see what this brother right here talking about. Now, cause see this brother right here, the reason I'm using this piece right here is because let me start right there. This brother we about to watch now, he said he is of the wealthy class now, and he is actually being one of the wealthy. I don't know his name, but he one of the wealthy that is trying to explain why black wealth don't come back to help the rest. So I'm really interested in what he gonna do in this one. Let's give it a run.
Mm-hmm.
It's a difference.
This is going to piss a lot of struggling black people off, but I need to say this. As a black man who has came from nothing, from the struggling side, who became into wealth, I have to say I understand why the wealthy, because I always just question, like, why the wealthy black people don't help the black people at the bottom?
Nah. This is a question I've been looking for answers for. I already done created my own answer, but to hear a brother that says that he's wealthy, he now understands why this happens. So this is, I know the quality of the audio ain't as peak as it could have been, but just try your best to listen to it, because I think he really trying to tell us from a wealthy man's perspective why wealthy black people can't help other poor black people. This could have potential right here.
Now, is he saying they can't help him or they just won't?
He's saying it. He explaining why he can't help. Okay. He understand why wealthy black people don't help poor black people. Now, to me personally, I'm gonna go ahead and say once you get a certain amount of money, you're gonna be around certain type of people.
Yeah, you have to.
Like you're not gonna have big people money in the hood. You gonna, cause he gonna speak on this, on how you get portrayed, but you can be around wealthy people and get portrayed.
Yeah.
See, so for me, delusions are gonna sink in this one, but we'll let him speak for himself.
And as a person of wealth that's black, I kind of understand it now, right? So it's like, if I help you, somebody at the bottom, I give you money, right? Because y'all don't want education, y'all don't want knowledge, y'all don't want to do better. Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm not saying all, it's 1% that actually want to do better out of the 17, out of the actual poverty number. All right, but it's only a 1%. Out of the 17.9, the 1% that actually want to be something in life. The rest of them, I don't think want to be anything. So it's like all they want is handouts. They want things given to them. I give you money. You don't know how to keep money. What you're going to do is what you did exactly with the PPP loans, with the stimulus check. You're going to go shopping. You're going to go buy things. You're going to go on trips. You're going to have crab boils. You're going to do all that stuff. You're going to buy the Gucci. You're going to buy all that stuff.
Now, I honestly agree with him, but I got to ask questions too.
Mm-hmm.
I know we spend a lot of wasteful money. And you know what? I gotta be careful because I don't want y'all to catch me slipping. Right, but I'm being honest, man. A lot of us buy stuff to make us feel like we have arrived. And once you arrive, you gotta keep up with what you thought arriving meant by the eyes, by the ears and eyes of people that you looking to for that role modelship. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you watching the rich and famous lifestyle, and you feel like, hey, I ain't got to be in the big movie or the blockbuster song. I can still make the money that I'm making and live like them. So I go and buy the biggest name, everything, because it make you feel validated.
It do.
Now he definitely on something right now. He basically saying, y'all don't really want no help. You just want some more money to go blow and go waste, and that's this money down the drain. So up to right now, this brother, to me, I think he on hit. But what you got?
Yeah, I agree with him, man. I mean, if you just say if you got money and you go build a big fine house in the middle of the hood, then your value of that house gonna go down.
Yeah.
And then that's another reason too. But there's a lot of people out there I think all of us spend some money on things we don't need.
Yeah,
or
most
don't
of
really
us gonna
need.
have a bad,
Yeah.
especially if you getting money on a currency. Like
Right.
there's always some money coming back your way.
Right.
You normally gonna like, hey, I can go ahead and do this. It's coming right back.
Yeah, we all do it. I've been guilty of that myself. Man.
And let me be real with you. This ain't only Black America, but we speaking specifically about Black America.
Mm-hmm.
As a Black American, I have the right to speak on what I grew up to. This is my personal experience. So I'm all for, now we're going to find a reason to understand more than we hearing right now, but just give the show time to warm up.
Mm-hmm.
But up to right now, I don't know if he don't really say nothing bad. You know what I'm saying?
Not really.
But he do sound like he done got rich, and he don't say, man, I ain't dealing with them people at the bottom no more. But while you was at the bottom, you felt some kind of protection.
Yeah.
And then see, when you make a lot of money, were you trying to this is the question people got to be real with. When you want a lot of money, what do you want it for? That's the first question right there. If I said, I know you want a bunch of money, so you ain't got to do it. What's going to be the reason you want more money? Flow yours.
It's a lot of reasons. Number one, you feel more secure. Number two,
secure how though?
Just secure.
You talking about physically, healthily? I mean,
well, just financially secure.
Okay.
All right. Which is not that big a deal to me because I'm not a very materialistic person.
Right
but
on. But that's just one of the reasons, right?
That's one of the reasons.
Give us more.
Another reason is you can get anything that you want. If that's your first priority.
Can you really get anything you want with money? I don't know because I ain't never had none.
Now, not anything you want, but you can buy things that you want. A lot of people put their wants ahead of their needs.
There you go.
Now, I was raised up, you take care of your needs and you can go get what you want. So, but you're going to have to, it make no sense. And, all right, you got $300 in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Your light bill is going to be turned off tomorrow if you don't pay the $300, but you go out and buy $300 Jordans.
Mm.
What sense do that make?
Well, see, this the thing. That $300 pair of Jordans might get him into something he need to do. But I'm just being crazy with that. I'm just having fun. But no, I get it. But if you down to your last $300, if you pay it on one bill, then you ain't got no way to regenerate it.
Right.
That's the way some people grow up.
That's right. So it's a whole lot of ways to look at this, but then at the same time, though, if you got a lot of money and you helping somebody that's down in the bottom as he was saying,
mm-hmm.
and if they're going to pull you down, how can you help them?
And see, that's where the trap at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you dealing with celebrity fame, celebrity money, and that celebrity go home, hand out a little bit of, a couple of presents, and help some brothers, do something, and the brothers get jammed up with something illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Now they can trace that money that you gave them back to their demise, and now you looking like a supplier to something you ain't. You just trying to help the people. So this is a real slippery slope. But instead of just giving the money to a man in cash on every instance, sometimes you might have to help somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
If I ever get to where I can, I will. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But if you can't help a man like that, if you build some kind of infrastructure for him to really truthfully help himself, it'll be a weeded out system, basically. Like, if you really want to do what I'm doing or something similar, hey, man, here go the keys to your own car, but you got to fix the car up to drive it.
Right.
So I can't just give you who I am. I can help you become more who you are. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way you would want to see the money moving. So we'll need our own hospital system. We would need our own food system. And that's what the first brother in the video, Killer Mike, was doing. He basically saying black people ain't ready for no revolution because we're not taking care of ourselves. Right? We buying ourselves from them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that'll be an ugly fight, on that level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that'll be a fool's gold. That's what Killer Mike's saying. I'm just giving you my paraphrase on it, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what he's saying. He's saying we not ready to do none of the stuff that we talk about because we're not preparing ourselves before it happens. And I don't want this to happen. I don't, man. Not in my lifetime or my children's lifetime, man. I don't want to see no civil war based on color. Now, if the poor decide to tell the elite and the rich, hey, we're going to get a bigger cut of this, things will change. It's going to change with our consciousness. So that's why I do agree with you on the power. That ain't the way to get it. That ain't. I don't think that's the main tactic.
No, but if you come at me and hear me up in a corner, it's gonna be some pow.
No, I get you on that.
I'm coming out of there.
I'm saying, but the revolution of change, it first got to be birthed in the mind and not in the physical, right?
Right.
So that's what we're trying to say, like that part of revolution. But if revolution is being dumbed down to who got, who don't got, who will and who won't, who didn't, or who don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, this the part of reality, man. Because we all like, man, I support the rich people, man. I watch their movies, I watch their video games or basketballs or football, I listen to their music. And they got all this money and they represent us on camera, but when they off camera, their money go into every other place.
Yeah.
And that's a tough reality. So for other people, not us, looking at us like, man, we can go in there and feast on them. They bringing in the money, but they not spending it amongst each other.
And you know what? The way we're going to change this, the way I see it is like this. So we spend too much time paying attention to the harvest that we reap at the end of the day. But what we got to do is pay more attention that the seeds that you sow. All right, you can plant a garden. You put the seeds in the ground. You wake up the next morning and go out there, you're not going to see anything coming up. It's going to take time. So when you sow seeds down under the ground, they growing. You just don't see it.
There you go.
So in real life here, when you sow seeds in the people's mind, get that mindset of doing better, trying to get better, it grows. But you might not see it physically right then and there. But it's happening.
You spot on right there, man. That's spot on.
So that's just life.
Because sometimes when you is doing the right thing by your morals or your consciousness, you might be like, man, I'm putting all of my good into others and I don't see nothing coming from it. And it almost make you want to give up. Sometimes it can make you want to change the way you do things. And then if you become more selfish with others, you really stealing from yourself. But when you got this kind of money, I don't see why you need all this money to feel like you got something.
Right.
Because if it's only about what you have, I think you in a detachment from where you came from and who you came with.
That's right. That's a good point, man.
And at that point, you really you ain't got nowhere to turn. You got to stay rich forever now. Because once you go over there and you don't return until you back where you came from, we ain't gonna take you back the same way.
That's right. I mean, I don't believe in burning bridges, all right? Because you never know when you might have to cross back over 'em. And so that's why money, it doesn't rule me. Would I love to have a lot of money? Sure. Who wouldn't? But give me a friend that, might not have a dime in his pocket. But if I got to where I needed somebody to help me, that friend I know I could depend on.
Yeah.
I would rather have that than somebody with a lot of money that gonna turn their back on me.
Yeah. And that's real too. That's another, you hitting hard tonight. That's right. That is so right. The person you know that's got it all, they probably gonna tell you, hey man, I call you right back. But it's that person who you think badly getting by that actually you could need them one day. But see, once money absorbs your consciousness and you living amongst your wealth or your income, because most of us is like it's already been said, it's the income wealth. It's not the actual wealth that you possess in assets.
Right.
It's how much you making right now. And a lot of us spend our right now money as if this right now money is forever. And even if this right now money was forever, if it's the amount that you making now, 20 years from now, that won't be enough either.
Right.
So
right.
let's check this video out right here.
With white man-made materials.
Carla, we got you back. There's an article going around that Black Americans will have zero wealth by 2053.
This the one I want to talk about.
Yeah, I know. You go ahead and...
By 2053, it's projected that we're going to not have nothing. So that means the government already taking from you. If you 100% solely dependent on what the government sending you in the mailbox or on your debit card, by 2053, they is planning not to have nothing for you. And for those who waiting to retire, see, that's another myth too. See, that's another, to me, that whole retirement. Now, if you retired wealthy, I can understand you making it. But if you didn't retire wealthy, you going to have to still work something. You know what I'm saying? But see, that's a whole nother myth. That's a whole nother show we might end up on one day.
Yeah.
But what she going through on the front end, to me, it sounds honest and true. But watch how it ends.
With white man-made materials.
Carla, we got you back. There's an article going around that Black Americans will have zero wealth by 2053. Meaning that we'll have absolutely nothing. Nothing to pass down to our children, nothing to give to anybody. But we'll be the new slaves all over again. How you feel about that?
That's a good question. If everything she done spoke up to now is spot on truth, how you feel about it, Unc? The floor yours.
Well, be honest with you, I disagree with it. Let me tell you why. We spoke on it earlier. Brothers like you that's out there spreading the word about it. It's so many of them out there. Those seeds are being sown, all right?
There you go.
And they coming up, and you might not see it right now, but it is happening. And and the young generation, they're totally different than from my generation.
Right.
It's a totally different crew.
Yes.
And I can see Black America starting to rise at some point.
So you saying by 2053 we're gonna be in a better place than what she's saying?
I don't think we'll be completely broke.
Okay.
And I don't know if we'll be better, financially or whatever. But I don't see it being completely broke.
No, I respect that. I can't even argue with you on that. Because we done survived everything thrown at us and we still on the go. So I definitely agree with you right there. But let's see what she got.
I know how I feel about that. I feel ashamed. But that's neither here nor there. This is due to ignorance and lack of knowledge and lack of wanting to know.
Right here, up to now, she headed down the right road, but keep on.
But you scammers, y'all piss me off the most. And the reason why is because y'all have got up 30, 40, 50, 60, $100,000.
Uh-oh.
Now, see, this my thing. She was on point opening up her spiel. But now she directing all of this energy to the scammers. Well, see, for me, it's a bigger picture. America is the scam. Capitalism has been a scam for a long time for everybody. It worked for just a few. So right now, this sounds like she going into a personal spot with somebody who made money who didn't think about her. It's like the person she may be thinking about probably got that I'm wealthy now and I don't deal with the broke. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So she, right here, this part of the video, I just think she kind of pulling away from her initial idea of what she's saying. You know, that's what I think. But go ahead.
You don't think she'd be in Babylonian, do you?
She kind of babbling on. I just say that she kind of babbling on, and she just kind of just drifted off, man. You know, watch this. I'm just pull it back.
Nothing to pass down to our children, nothing to give to anybody, but we'll be the new slaves.
And up to now, she was up on her game, right? If we just keep being consumers and buyers of other people's properties and never creating much for ourselves or always blending in, you know, from when you broke, you with a certain type of people. When you got money, you're in a different crowd.
Yeah.
If we keep doing this camouflage, chameleon, blend in on your environment and not just be yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want money just to blow it, just be honest with that up front. If you trying to earn a lot of money, in your mind, you want to help people, just know to be aware of the dangers of helping others. Because rich people have dangers in helping regular people. They're going to have dangers in helping regular people. Right?
Yeah.
Because if something go wrong, here you go being blamed as the funded. You funding it, basically.
Yeah, so in other words, when you help somebody, you have to watch it because you could lose what you got trying to pick somebody up. And then how you gonna help anybody else?
That's how they beating us down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's how the system set up. Yeah, so they'll let a few of us jump the bridge, you know, hop the fence rather, and get over there to that good old money and live that good old lifestyle. And then make the rest of us who don't work the same way, who don't make the same money, feel like this is gonna help me if I just keep stacking up and spending fast. You know, I might have made this money one good time, and I'm gonna blow it like it's gonna always be the same amount. The rainy day, you never collect for it. All right, and this is the type of stuff that's happening. But like I say, she getting ready to turn against where I'm standing up for you right now, big sister. Right now, I'm standing up for her right now.
All over again. How you feel about that? I know how I feel about that. I feel ashamed. But that's neither here nor there. This is due to ignorance and lack of knowledge and lack of wanting to know. But you scammers?
See, right here, I really ain't got to play a lot more of her because it's what, and I understand because I'm like, man, I done met people that, I ain't gonna say I know them. I done heard stories of scammers making good money real quick, but then they blow it real fast and then they just go do another scam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe she got something else going on outside of just, you know, black people pouring money down the toilet that just got her a little upset, so to speak. But you got anything on this? If not, I'm going to find her something.
But she talking about scammers. I ain't going to give them scammers all that credit because most time if they scam me, that's my fault for not seeing it. So they can just, you're not going to stop them from doing what they're doing.
But guess what? Scamming go on in a lot of ways
That's
outside of just an online scam, right?
Right.
You know,
it can come up right up in your face.
You can participate in being scammed too, right? Take the church. If I was going to be honest, You can take the church, all your donations, tithes, offering, gifts, and all of that. How much did that money help Black America clean it up? Because if it didn't, you was being scammed.
Well, I'll say some of it do help Black America, but not all
How?
of it.
How? You talking about church money? How church money help Black America? I'm interested.
Well,
in
I
that
see it firsthand.
Flow yours.
If somebody is feel like your house get burnt out, my house got flooded out.
Mm-hmm.
People get sick, got hospital bills. They will if they know the facts.
Okay, so you saying the church you done been proved right by the church because of what it did for you.
And I've seen it do it for other people.
Okay.
It ain't all.
I mean, look, and this your personal experience,
Yeah.
so I ain't gonna knock you on
It
that.
ain't all just scamming people out of their money.
Mm-hmm.
They really do help people. I could say they could do more, but they really do. It might not be as much as everybody think they should or do, but they do.
Well, another question would be, well, why the church ain't buying up more land for not just another building, but for actual homes and gardens?
Well, that is a good question.
So what? All that money ain't going into helping one or two, members at a time, man.
Yeah, it should. I agree. It should be building up the community with it. It really should be.
So, are in your opinion,
Mm-hmm.
are churches really building up the Black community?
Building up. You mean
What are churches doing to benefit our revolution
You mean money wise?
in any form?
Well, just like anybody else. I mean, just teaching togetherness for one thing, and that's
So
what
we learning togetherness at the church.
That's one thing, and that's what it's gonna take.
Now, what type of togetherness you talking about? Just being good Christians?
No, just working together.
I don't see a lot of that in the church. And I don't even go no more. But when I did, I didn't see a lot of working togetherness.
Well, it's done changed now. And I'm going to tell you something else. You know, you have to be you got what I call, this is my personal opinion, I call it synergy, to where it's just not the sum, you can say the sum of its parts are greater together as a group than they are individual. And it's hard to measure whether you're helping one or whether you're helping 10,000. Help is help.
I agree with you right there, but I'm going to tell you this. The church on the clock, the new Black America, the church is on the clock.
Oh, yeah, they should be.
Y'all on the clock, because guess what? You running out of time, man, to keep deceiving the people and scamming us with something that don't exist. That's my personal opinion on that. But what's even more funny, go ahead, I'm going to let you respond to that.
Well, see, the church is on the clock as well as all the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
We all are.
That's right.
See, people got this perception about the church that they supposed to work miracles. That's not the case.
Mm-hmm.
We help when we can,
mm-hmm.
and life goes on. But we definitely ain't pulling nobody down. So as long as you building up,
mm-hmm.
you making progress one way or the other.
Hey, look, I'm glad you represent your stance. I appreciate it.
Just call it.
I mean, you represent your stance from what you believe in, and I ain't knocking it, but I'm gonna question it, cause to me, it's not the church is a bad thing or a bad place. It's just that it's a useless place at this point in time. And I mean that respect. It's a useless place to meet up and hear the same stories over and over again. No new trail to it. No new way of getting away from it. Nothing, no new outs. Just keep it how it is. The way it was is how it should always be. And while we sitting still like Flintstones, the world has moved on. And we still in church. We collect a lot of money. On Sunday mornings in America, I want to say Black American churches collecting anywhere from like $4 to $5 million a week. Where are Black banks at? Where are the Black hospitals? Where are the Christian hospitals that's not owned by other people? Where is all this money going? It ain't going into just no one or two people in the sick and shut-in list.
Well,
There's a lot of money going on in America. That money getting borrowed by your oppressor. He taking your neighborhood with it. He forcing your bills to go up from it, and then you just donate to your own demise. So I don't see the church doing nothing beneficial for black people outside of having parties or groups of people just, hugging on each other. You know what I'm saying? Just like the club scene to me right now.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
I don't see the preachers. They there for a living. They're not there to just deliver the gospel, because if you vote him out, if you say you're not gonna pay him as much, he gonna leave and move on. The church ain't doing nothing for Black America, in my personal opinion. It's a waste of your time. It's sucking the energy out of your lifestyle because you waiting on somebody else to fix your problems. And then you don't even have to worry about your problems, because all you got to do is keep hearing other people's problems and never find your own. So to me, the church is a useless building at this point on the majority of everything that operates under the name church. The 501(c), you get all this money from the church. The church collect all this money, don't have to pay taxes, don't have to report it, as long as they stay committed to what the government decides what is religious information. So you don't go to church and find revolution. You're not going to no church in the South too easy that's getting funded by the government by not being taxed for it. You're not going to no church and getting no form of revolution. You're not getting it. You're going to hear about Peter, Paul, Jesus, John the Baptist. You're going to hear the same stories you heard from the first time your ears listened to it to the last time you heard it spoken. You're not growing from it. So it's like, how do you grow a dead tree? You cannot do it. If the roots are dead, the tree cannot stand. And that's why Black America is in the worst situation of all. Is not the way we wasting money. It's the way we don't believe to see the world. We don't learn to see the world through the eyes of our oppressors. And through the eyes of our oppressors, we have no fight left if you don't see what I'm speaking on. If you don't see what I'm speaking on, you probably voting and praying for everything. You could be collecting, actually getting together. Get with the amount of people that's in all the black churches on Sunday. What is the construction companies? Why don't we own in major parts of our town? Why do every written down side of your city get bought out?
Well, let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Now, do you believe that there is a creator or a higher being or whatever you want to call it?
I see it every day, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Let me say this also. Now, people go in and rag on the church about not helping people.
Mm-hmm.
But you have more of people that never set foot in a church hurt themselves more than the church ever have.
I understand what you're saying about that. That could make sense. But guess what? The person that hurt himself didn't steal from everybody else to do it.
Who knows?
The majority, he ain't stole from
He
everybody.
may be in that situation because he stole from everybody. Who knows?
I'm going to tell you right now. You still on the clock with this one, because it ain't no way out, man. And I respect your stand, and I'm glad you being who you truly are and how you really feel about it, man. I definitely agree with you in that form right there. I respect that part. But I'm just telling y'all, the church is on the clock, because all you get is this high and mighty talk. You get this prosperity. You get all this gospel of hope. We've been getting that for a long time.
Now, you done heard me say this too now. I don't care how big a preacher, minister, whatever you want to call him, I don't put him up on no pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't care how much money he got, how much education he got, how much power he got. I don't put him on a pedestal. But you know the one thing that's got more power than anything on this earth?
What's that?
Time.
Well, I ain't going to disagree with that, because for some of us, time ain't nothing that even exists. It's the experience that matters. So time don't really have to be relevant. You know, I'm just being honest. Time ain't necessarily irrelevant. If you really live in your experience, if you live into your purpose in life, time don't exist for people living in a purpose. Time exists for people being controlled.
Now, the day that comes when we dead and gone, time gonna still be going.
The day you dead and gone, you don't know what time gonna do, because you won't be here to experience it.
Point exactly. Nobody got any proof of what happens after that.
But I'm telling you, in my own imagination, man, and I hate the bell ain't working, because I would have dinged you up tonight.
No, we can't do imagine that. You gotta have proof.
And that's what I'm telling you. I ain't seen no proof in the Black America. In the
But-
church, from the church standpoint, I don't name the neighborhoods that we don't own. Name the neighborhoods we still own. Name the neighborhoods where people who down and trodden can come and just do more than worship.
Well, see, that's just like,
So what's the benefit? What's the use of a church? In your own words, for you
Well-
to answer that, what's the benefit? What's the use of a church? Meaning, why do people go to church, and what do they expect, or what do they truly get from being at church every week? Go ahead, the floor yours.
well, the church is not, see, you keep mentioning that building.
Mhm.
No, the church is not. The church,
Nah, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. You being dishonest right now.
What?
It's the building that you go to every time you go. So the church is recognized as a building. I know it's in your mind or in your body, your heart, and all that. Blah blah blah. What's the reason you go to the same building every week you go though?
well, I got my reasons. But
I'm asking you. We listening.
this is a personal reason, but it's because I'm gonna say this much. It's a conversation that I had with my daddy 3 days before he died. And I'm not gonna go into the conversation.
Mhm.
This is just something that's gonna stay between me and him till the day I die. But let me tell you what the real church is. Like I said, it's not going to that building. It's going out in the community where you not just going and fixing up the community, having it looking all big with money and all that stuff right there.
Mhm.
It could be somebody who can't get out, who can't get up and fix their own food. You bring them some plates. You
Mhm.
bring them something to eat. You take them where they need to go if they ain't got no ride. That's part of the church. That's why I say it's not the building. It's what you do outside of it.
I respect that. I respect that. I ain't gonna knock on you on that. I respect that because you speaking on my grandfather for one thing. Never gonna go against him. So if anybody in the family catch this show, no, I'm definitely
Mm-hmm.
it's a Leonard Cohen grandson. You know what I'm saying? It's my partner right there. No doubt about it. Rest in power. You know what I'm saying? But
Thank you,
I'm
brother.
still gonna push it, man, because listen, man. The people living successful lives don't necessarily go into no building every week, man.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm saying. They go out into the community. You may not see it.
Mhm.
You may not. Ain't nothing happening. They ain't doing nothing. But all you see is them going into that church every Sunday.
Right.
You don't see the houses and the people they be going to
Mhm.
every day.
But are people from the church known as revolutionaries?
I ain't gonna say revolution.
What was the last man of the church you remember that was a revolutionary? He was famous too.
Oh, you mean
He was a famous revolutionary, but he was from the church.
talking about? Yeah, I can't think his name. I got it right here.
He grew up in your era.
Nah. Oh man, I can't.
Martin.
You can say Martin Luther King,
He was a revolutionary. He got people to do something.
but
He was a minister and all of that, but he ain't remembered for his greatest speeches as a pastor. He remembered for his motivation to a people.
that's exactly what
Now, what church you go to that do that?
they ain't into the revolutionary
Uh-oh.
right now.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I wish my button was working. Now you saying that ain't Jesus the centerpiece of the most of the Baptist churches?
Wait a minute. Now.
Yes or no?
I thought we agreed there was no Jesus.
Answer the question, brother. I understand what you're trying, but you can't flip it right here. You locked in, man. Wasn't Jesus a revolutionary?
Yeah.
Ain't the gospel representing the life of Jesus?
Yeah.
So that's included to the church, right?
So revolutionary, you meaning like it's taking over the government?
Freeing the people's mind from the government.
Okay. In other words, you could say that same thing, taking it over. But I feel like you don't depend on. That's how you got to get that own mindset yourself.
Mm-hmm. But we talking about what the church doing for Black America right now, though.
They doing little things that goes unnoticed.
Okay.
You don't see it.
Okay.
Everybody against the church, all they looking at is the pulpit, going into that building every Sunday. They don't see.
So we shouldn't pay attention to Pastor Pork Chops that keep telling us the same thing over and over.
Yep. But you just,
And he the interpreter of your vision and your
no,
dreams.
no, he's not.
That's how church set up.
No.
Now maybe you don't see that because you ain't that's in a church like that, but that's what the church done became, man. How did church start having mega stars?
Oh, they got greedy.
Mega stars and millionaires as pastors.
Well, they got greedy. That's
And
why.
you know what? Most of those mega star pastors, guess what? They in poor communities. Oh my God. Now give me, how you gonna battle your way out of that?
Well, most mega stars and pastors, as you probably seen it, when they get greedy for money, they fall. And it's just like any pastor in any other church. When his main motivation is money, he gonna fall.
Mm-hmm. So why is it so much drama in the church? I done seen pastors get voted out and half of the pews just empty.
Well, see, that's the thing where people got the misconception. They thinking if you go to church, you perfect and smooth. That's not the case.
Okay.
You still a human being, flesh.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have some disagreements in there, and just like out in the world. That's the way it is.
I'm pressing you tonight.
Bring it on.
Everybody in this seat with me right now, y'all better be on the notice. I'm gonna press you on things that you that's touchy to you.
I
just got my partner, Mr. Babylon, on black and whiteness. I want you tonight. I'm pressing you, man. You gonna get pressed, but guess what? Speaking your honest truth, because anybody that you represent with your lifestyle or your moral value system, they gonna be proud of you.
Well, you don't see me shaking over here, do you?
No, you ain't. And you know what? You ain't taking it personal.
No, it ain't personal.
And guess what? You stand up to your truth, so you ain't got nowhere to run or trip.
I ain't gonna run.
So
My feet too big to trip, so.
right on. I hear you. I hear you.
But
let me see. Go ahead. No, go ahead. You got it.
I just got that mindset. I try to help people whenever
Well,
I
let me
can.
ask you a bigger question.
Mm-hmm.
Then. Let me ask you a bigger question.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I know you don't got tired of me doing this.
Nah, hey, but
saying,
brother-
no, I'm just saying, like, I know you like, oh, nephew, he just don't understand.
No, I
You know,
never.
no, I'm just saying, like, be real for a second though. Like, I know it's probably times like, man, nephew go off, he get in going about the church and this and that. You handle it well every time I go into my spiel about it. But let me ask you,
Mhm.
Is anything on people like me say about the church got any relevance?
Yeah.
Is it the reason why we see this or think this?
Yeah, I mean, you got your own opinion. It's a reason because people, you can have just as much hate for people going to church every Sunday as somebody who never goes. I'm just keeping it real. All right. So that could be the reason why. You see people, if you see somebody going to church every Sunday, and then on Friday night you see them out there acting a fool, what are you supposed to think?
Well, can you get saved in the church though?
You don't have to.
I mean, can being baptized at a church really save your soul?
No, because I've seen people get baptized and then a week later they right back out there. So you have to get your own mindset and how you gonna live. You go to church every Sunday, you listen to the pastor. If you believe in everything he say, you being delusional to that. I got my own interpretation of what.
What if you knew your pastor was I don't know how to say this. What if you knew your pastor loved men more than his wife? Do you still trust the religion, or is it just that pastor?
It's the way you said it. What if I knew? I don't know. I never saw it with my own eyes. Just like
that's interesting.
Just like somebody with me. Somebody was to come up and tell you, man, I seen your uncle going into the motel with men. You gonna automatically believe it?
Not necessarily, I wouldn't.
Unless I see it with my own eyes. People say, people believe it or not, people in the church do tell lies. I know it might be hard to the church. Oh no, not in the church. Yeah, it ain't no just like out in the street. Actually, it's the same thing. People never go to church a day in their life could be more good-hearted than somebody been in the church every day. That can happen.
But if I start going to church every week, will my life get better?
Only if your mindset.
So if I change my mindset and start going to church, life gonna get better for me.
It's gonna be what you want it to be because.
But I couldn't do it without going to church.
You're doing it now.
Thank you.
And see, that's what I'm talking about. You your own God.
Go ahead.
And when I go to church, I'm listening to stuff
Mhm.
because we all believe some of it.
But do you ever hit anything new at the church? Long as you've been going for a long time. What you done learn different?
In my own mind, the way I interpret it, that's my part of learning.
Hey, that's what we want. We want your personal experience.
I don't go there, see what I'm gonna learn new today.
Okay.
My mind, my own mind, does the learning. I do my own study, not necessarily the Bible.
Okay.
Study and research. I like you say, lean on your own understanding.
No, they said not to lean on your own.
Lean not on your own
So
understanding.
now there you go. I done caught you again. I done caught you. You gave it to me though. This was just like a layup, man. This was a warm up line, man. So should we not lean towards our own understanding? The flow is totally yours.
I'm gonna shock you with something right here.
All right, come on with it.
There's nobody in this world ever lean totally on their own understanding.
It's the first time I almost got knocked out in the first round, but you got to finish, man. I'm back on my feet now. Go ahead.
Know what
Go
I'm
ahead.
saying is, Cole, everybody in this world, whether you go to church or whether you don't go to church, believe some of what the Bible say, don't believe others what the Bible say. That's everybody. And for leaning on your own understanding, only way you can lean totally on your own understanding, you got to know and understand everything that's in this world it is to know.
And that's the only chance we got. So right now, y'all, out there in comment land, is Unc holding his ground? Has he gained ground? Have I finally been beat on the channel? Leave it in the comments, because I think I beat on Unc so bad it might take a few days for the swelling to even show up, man. It was a beating. But he did stand up for himself. I really respect what you're doing, man. I do, because this is a topic that I try not to do on camera with you.
Yeah.
But to get you to be as honest and open about yourself, and you stood up for what you stood up for yourself. And I definitely respect you on that, man. So go ahead. What you got on that?
Well, I'm just going to say it like this sometime, man. We sometimes as human beings, we get too high on some things and we go in too hard on other things. At the end of the day, in life, you got to have a balance. All right? You don't want to get to where you're too high or you're looking too low. So whatever happens, don't get to the point where you feel like you're better than anybody else because you up here for money or knowledge or whatever it is, and this person down here is poor and don't know anything. At the end of the day, we all right here.
You know what? I ain't going to argue with you on that one. I know something going to come up where I'm going to catch you slipping again. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. But good job, man.
Your own food, arguing with me and arguing with the police ain't gonna do nothing.
If you study the economic behavior of black people since emancipation, you will see that our spending behavior is not motivated by needs nor desires. They are motivated by emotions.
Here we go. I agree with you right here, Umar. Our spending habits are mostly emotional, man. Just like bad eating habits. It's emotional and all the other bad habits we all have, including myself. Right?
Yeah.
You get attached to things that have no benefit or good for you. And I'm telling y'all something. I got some trials coming up on my own self that I'm about to try to work on. I'm gonna try to take a break from some things. You know what I'm saying? And you find out who you is, man. You know what you need mentally, consciously, and then you still don't adapt to make change to it. Like, it's time to do it again. I do it well, and then I can fall off, and then I have to do it again. So I am in a trip up line as far as not being good at it all the time, but I'm good enough to fix it. every time I feel like it's time for me to do it. But I won't lie, man. Our spending behavior is bad. You know, we got this one wealthy brother telling us why wealthy people can't help black people. And he said he understood it. Now, if I ever got that kind of money where I felt wealthy, would be my first experience of understanding if it's possible to actually help people with it. I don't have it. So y'all can hit the share button, subscribe. You can see my website on the bio. You can catch the cash out. But do whatever you can to keep people that's really standing up and fighting in your form. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really trying to voice up for it. So I want to hear what Umar said, because Umar going in, you know, he say some great things. We ain't gonna judge him on character. We just gonna judge him on content. And on content, Umar do be dropping some jewels from time to time.
Your own food, arguing with me and arguing with the police ain't gonna do nothing.
If you study the economic behavior of black people since emancipation, you will see that our spending behavior is not motivated by needs nor desires. They are motivated by emotions. Black people spend to feel better, and black people spend to outdo other black people. I think Will Smith said it best. Will Smith said black people spend too much money we don't have to impress people we don't even like. You understand? So the reason we have the Mercedes Benz is because I want to make sure my car is more expensive than yours. You see, I didn't need the Mercedes, but everything we buy is based on status.
Now, I do agree and I could disagree.
Yeah, I agree.
I want a nice car, but it ain't because somebody else got one.
Right.
You know, I want a nice car because that's what I want. And if nice things exist, why do I have to be bashed to have it?
You deserve it.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I can disagree with some of the stuff we have to go through to find ourselves. But now buying it just to impress others, I understand that ain't really, you know, that's wasteful spending.
Yeah.
But
I
now
agree.
you got to think, if you really a part of this restructuring of ourselves, will a Mercedes Benz help your community? I doubt it. You know what I'm saying?
It might help them. Somebody might steal it.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't think you go buy a Mercedes Benz to say I'm benefiting my community or my kind.
That's
You know what I'm saying? Because that's emotional spending. When a car without the name of Mercedes Benz could take you to the same places. You see what I'm saying? So anything dealing with physical emotions, financial emotions, it gives your confidence this boost of success. But the end goal can't be just you. And that's what's done happened to us. Consumerism done broke us down to individuals instead of a collective group. And then when we monitor the study, the research as a collective group, you see all this wasteful spending. All of this wasteful spending, and we say, man, we really dropping the ball when we really could be in a different position. Now, that's hard to say that it's not true, but what you got to think on that? Go ahead.
Well, nephew, you know what you're doing. You really helping your community just as much as the rich could help with money. You know how?
How's that?
By educating them.
Information, man.
You giving it to them, man. You sowing the seeds, like I talked earlier. You sowing them seeds, and you might not see the growth in them now.
Yeah.
But when you plant seeds, it linger in the back of people's head. And after a while, that consciousness make them act. So just keep planting your seeds. You helping the black community and other communities who might be listening too.
That's right.
But
That's right.
you helping the black community, especially this young generation.
Yeah.
They listen, man.
Oh, yeah.
And they listening to it, and you might set off something really.
Well, I just hope to keep the flame going. It was a flame that was passed to me, man. It was a torch of understanding. So that's what I, want to continue doing for myself. It just give me purpose in life. It give me purpose for my next breath. You know what I'm saying?
And don't ever think it's all in waste.
Right.
Like you said.
Because sometimes you do get I have hit those stages of those walls. Like, man, what I should just not kill like I think other people don't, and just just live freely thinking like that. But then I have to know my own consciousness, and that would be a disaster for me.
It would be.
You know,
would be. So just it's progress is being made, even though you might can't physically see it right now,
Right on.
but it's happening.
Right on. Well, look, y'all, we could keep this one going. Let me give out a couple shout outs right quick. Uncle Roger, definitely this is a great way to end the year with me on a high note. We got you to, I pressed you on things you was kind of iffy about on camera, but you did well. You spoke well for what you believe in, and you stood up to it. You didn't run or dodge it. I definitely respect you. Even if I don't agree word for word, I respect you enough to learn from. As when I go back and watch the show again, shout out to the Babylonian Babbler. You know what I'm saying, for helping us build this thing we got going on right now. Shout out to everybody who done already liked, shared, subscribed, told somebody else about it. You know, everything y'all doing to help us, we definitely want to say thank y'all right now. As the end of 2025 on day calendar is about over. You know what I'm saying? We one night before New Year's Eve right now, even though for me, New Year's don't start until the spring.
Yeah.
But while we
that's right.
celebrate this fake New Year's in the depth of winter, I do ask that y'all be careful, kind to each other, respectful, and my two famous words for the show, peace and power.
Love y'all.